All right, here are the directions to the Twin Cities metropolitan area political boundaries map. What I want you to do is in the upper right-hand corner, I want you to put your first and last name. Your first and last name, so don't forget your last name, please. And then whatever your class number is with the circle around it, we'll put it right there too. Underneath the Metropolitan Council symbol, we're going to write legend. And underline it, and we're going to create 4 squares and put equal signs after each one because we're going to be doing some coloring. The first one we're going to do is we're going to look at the urban core. And then we're going to do the urban fringe, suburbs. And then we're going to do the rural fringe, which is the part that's really growing out. And then we're going to leave this last one just white, but this is going to be rural. So this is just the countryside that hasn't started seeing the development yet. All right, so we're going to color these. I'm going to do the urban core because that's the downtown walking district. I'm going to color that the darker of the colors. And you can pick any colors that you want, but I usually pick darker. And then I'm going to do the second darkest. In this case, I have a light blue. Fill that in for the urban fringe. And then I have yellow for the rural fringe. And then I'm going to leave the rural blank. So just to start off, just to make it nice and easy, we're going to use that dark color. We're going to do the urban fringe. Again, this is the downtown walking district. This is business district. Here's Minneapolis and St. Paul. We're the Twin Cities, remember? So I'm going to get this up close to the border. Mississippi River goes right through it. And we're also going to do St. Paul. Now, you don't want to go too dark because then you'll cover up the names of the places and then you can't see it. There's this bump that's right here. This is also St. Paul as well. So I'm going to fill that in. You might be asking yourself, well, what are these little ones with the numbers? It's just little teeny tiny. Yeah, they're very small cities. And there is a key at the bottom that kind of tells you what they are right down here. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do a simple rural fringe, where you kind of do the edge of the rural fringe. I mean, not rural fringe, urban fringe. So we're going to start with Bloomington here. And what I want you to do is I want you to put the letter F. Okay, so this is going to be the edge. Here, of course, is Bloomington. Burnsville, we can do an F. Savage, we can do an F. Shakopee kind of is an F. And we'll do Prior Lake as well. They're kind of Fs. And Chanhassen. And there's a bunch of smaller towns around Lake Minnetonka here. So I'm going to put little Fs here on the western edge. And including Plymouth and Maple Grove. And we're going to Champlin. We'll do Anoka, F. Coon Rapids, F. Blaine is an F. This is where it gets kind of tricky. So this is Circle Pines. Actually, no, this is Lino Lakes. We're going to do an F here. White Bear Lake is going to be an F. And these smaller ones here, Oakdale is an F. Now this is where, yeah, again, gets pretty tricky. Woodbury is kind of an F. Same thing with Cottage Grove. Part of it is. I'll do Inver Grove Heights, Egan, and Apple Valley. So this is our outer edge. And so we'll use this as a blue, and you just kind of shade those in. Now you'll also notice that here's Richfield, And Richfield ends up being white. Well, that's not rural, right? It's not a rural area. So it's all the areas from the F towards, Minneapolis to that urban core. These are all the urban fringe, also the suburban areas. So we're going to fill from F all the way in. We're going to fill this in all in that lighter blue color all the way to Minneapolis and St. Paul. You're going to do that all the way around this ring around the Twin Cities area. Then we're going to use the rural fringe, are all the smaller cities that touch this blue area, this urban fringe. This is going to be our rural fringe, like Credit River. And Lakeville, which is it's growing quite a bit. They have 2 huge high schools, and Farmington. Now, here's Eureka. Eureka, we're going to leave white. So everything past the yellow, we're just going to have this one yellow ring that's going to go all the way around the Twin Cities. And then you're done.